إنه هو يبدئ ويعيد وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش المجيد فعال لما يريد. This ayat from 13 to 16 from Surah Al-Buruj, and simple meaning for this was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the Exalted said, indeed, the assault of your Lord is severe. Indeed, it's He who originates creations and repeats. And He is the forgiving, the affectionate, honorable honor of the throne, effector of what He intends. المولى سبحانه وتعالى متصف بصفات الجلال كما هو متصف بصفات الجمال. ويذكر سبحانه وتعالى هنا بعض صفات جلاله وبعض صفات جماله، موجها الخطاب إلى نبيه صلى الله عليه وسلم: إن بطش ربك لشديد، من باب الربط على قلبه صلى الله عليه وسلم، حتى وإن كانت المعاناة من أذى المشركين شديدة إلا أن حسابهم قريب وسريع. إن بطش ربك لشديد. وهذه التفكر في هذا يخفف عن المظلوم مظلوميته، لأنه يعلم أن ذلك الظالم لن يفلت من عقاب الله سبحانه وتعالى. وفي نفس الوقت تهديد لذلك الظالم لعله يرجع ويرتدع. قال سبحانه: إن بطش ربك لشديد إنه هو يبدئ ويعيد. فهؤلاء كما بطشوا بالخلق فهناك من يبطش بهم، هو القادر عليهم. إن بطش ربك لشديد إنه هو يبدئ ويعيد. لا ينفلتون من العقاب، فالذي ابتدأ خلقهم أول مرة سيعيدهم. لا ينتهي الأمر بالموت، فلا يقولن ظالم يعني سنموت وسأفلت وأهرب من ذلك، لا، سيعيدك سبحانه وتعالى كما خلقك أول مرة، فلن يضيع حق لأولئك المظلومين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has attributes, and His attributes are two categories. They call it Sifatul Jamali wa Sifatul Jalal. The attribute of that representing His beauty, and attributes represent His majesty. So the attribute that represent His beauty, that's will give you the hope. And the attribute that representing His majesty, that representing, and give you the fear, where you need both hope and fear when you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala present Himself just as a God of a beauty, those oppressors and those wrongdoers, they will be careless. They didn't care, Yawm al-Jahim Rabbi Rahim. At that day, Allah is merciful. So they didn't care. But in the same time, no, you have to understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as He described Himself with the attributes of beauty, there are other attributes of majesty, and that's what creates the fear. So you need both, hope and fear. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Inna batsha rabbika lashadid. He was talking and addressing the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and of course all others. Because if you think, those oppressors, they will escape from that, they will never. So it's a settlement for any person that was oppressed, that Allah will tell him, do not worry. Even they escape from the punishment now, they cannot escape that from that later on. So it gives like a kind of reconciliation for those are oppressed. And at the same time, giving kind of a warning for the oppressors themselves. They might wake up and think, Inna batsha rabbika lashadid. His squeeze is very strong and they cannot escape from it. His seize, is very severe. So it's very important to understand that, and Allah made it clear with the word inna, with that something firm. Indeed, the assault of your Lord is severe. Innahu huwa yubdi'u wa yu'id. Remind them that He's the one gave you the start. He's the one, originate the creation, which means as He gave you the begin, He will resurrect you again. Because some people think, what, we are going to die. No. You escape from it now. Even if you die, Allah will bring you again. Innahu huwa yubdi'u wa yu'id. So you cannot even escape from that. And at that time, they will be told for the people of hellfire, khuludun laysa ba'dahu maut. And the people of Jannah, khuludun laysa ba'dahu maut. They will tell the people of hellfire, you'll be forever and you are not going to die. And the people of Jannah, you're going to be there forever and you're not going to die. You're not going to, to die. So you're going to escape from it. That day, you're not going to escape from it and it will be endless. So you have to think of that. Inna batsha rabbika lashadid. Innahu huwa yubdi'u wa yu'id. And Allah emphasized about it with multiple ways. Innahu huwa yubdi'u. So Allah emphasized by the word inna, which give emphasis about it, and huwa, damirul fasli, and yubdi'u with ya. So Allah presents Himself in there. So you cannot really escape from this. وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش المجيد فعال لما يريد. الله سبحانه وتعالى له صفات الجمال. كثير من الناس يدعون أنه الله سبحانه وتعالى ليس كما يصفه بعض أهل الكتاب. يقولون الله محب ويركزون على معنى المحبة ويقولون هذا عندنا ظاهر في عقيدتنا وفي كتبنا. يكفيهم كلمة الودود. ليس محبا فقط وإنما يتودد لخلقه سبحانه وتعالى. الود أشد من الحب وأظهر سمات الحب. وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش. ذو العرش. تخيل من الذي يتودد إليك؟ ليس إنسانا محتاجا إليك، وهو ذو العرش سبحانه وتعالى يتودد لخلقه. هذا في قمة الجمال. ثم قال المجيد. بعض الناس يخطئ الفهم، يظن أن المجيد صفة للعرش. المجيد صفة لله ليست صفة للعرش. اقرأ وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش المجيد. فهذه من الصفات ليست صفة للعرش. لو كان صفة للعرش تقال ذو العرش المجيد. لما قال ذو العرش المجيد فهي صفة الله سبحانه وتعالى، والإعراب نصف المعنى. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described Himself as He, the one spread the ultimate love. We heard a lot, for example, they said in Christianity, Allah is love, and they describe Him with the way that giving ultimate hope for the followers. And they didn't care much about the other part. They didn't focus about it. And they said, you know what? There is nothing similar in Islam about this. I just told him it's enough that Allah mentioned and described Himself with the wadud. It's enough. Even the wadud is not like a lover. No. It's something deeper. That would be enough. The one He present His love to those He loves with a way you cannot imagine. He loved them more than even what they love themselves. And He's the forgiving and the affectionate, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dhul Arshi al-Majid. Dhul Arsh. When Allah described himself after this with Dhul Arsh, the one has the high throne, subhanahu wa ta'ala, that makes it different. When somebody really loves you, or somebody present his, let's say, respect and love and whatever of those kind of kindness, and if he's similar to you or is younger, or he's not in your position, maybe you are in a higher position, you say maybe he needs something from you. Maybe you admire him, maybe he looked up at you. But here, the one he loves you, the most high one, Dhul Arsh, subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one is above all, and he will love you. To yourself, who am I that Allah will love me? What I even have done to deserve the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah is presenting His love to you. That's something amazing. وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش. Then Al-Majid. Al-Majid, a lot of people, they get a little bit confused and they thought Al-Majid is a description for a arsh. Even like, in the translation, this one, for example, honor of the throne, that's not that bad. But sometimes they describe the throne that's, that have that position. No, that's a description for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Arabic, it's very beautiful language. But you need to know the grammar in order to know the meaning. They said grammar is half of the meaning. So now when he recite Dhul Arshi Al-Majidi, no, it's not Al-Majidi. It's Al-Majidi, then that's the description for Al-Arsh. But Allah said Dhul Arshi Al-Majidu. So this is the description for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Al-Majidu, Al-Ghafuru, Al-Wadudu, Al-Majidu. Okay, so all of that, the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it has to be clear. Again, it's very important that in order to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you need both the love and fear, the hope and fear. As the scholar described it as if like, the bird need both wings in order to fly. You cannot really gain the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without having that hope and fear. And these names describing, that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant for all of us His mercy and His love. Ameen. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu